What are you watching?
What are you watching? Elodie, le film!
Oh dear journal, as I sit here, reflecting on my disastrous experience at the Falkensteiner Family Hotel Diadora, Zadar, I am overwhelmed with a profound sense of melancholy. It's as if the very fabric of my being has been shattered, leaving me a mere shell of the vibrant, optimistic person I once was. I still remember the day I arrived at this supposedly luxurious resort, with its promises of a 5-star experience. But, oh, how quickly those lofty expectations came crashing down. As I stepped into the restaurant for breakfast, I was assaulted by the most unappetizing sight: tables wiped down with nothing more than wet sponges. The thought of those germ-infested surfaces still makes my skin crawl. And don't even get me started on the food they dared to serve. Tasteless, lukewarm, and with a texture that defied explanation. It was as if they had taken all the excitement, all the joy, out of dining and replaced it with a sense of dread. But, alas, the culinary catastrophe was only the beginning. The service, oh the service. It was as if the waiters had been trained in the art of making guests feel like an inconvenience. Every time we tried to enjoy a meal, someone would hurry us along, as if we were mere intruders in their precious restaurant. And don't even get me started on the sea view we had paid extra for. Cranes and construction sites as far as the eye could see. It was a brutal reminder that we, the paying customers, were nothing more than an afterthought. And then, there was the slide incident. I shudder to think about it. A grown adult, weighing over 100 kilograms, came barreling down the slide, sending my 5-year-old boy tumbling to the ground. The look of terror in his eyes still haunts me. When we confronted the adult, he had the audacity to blame my child, saying he was too slow. Too slow? In a children's play area? The very idea is still making me seethe with rage. But, what's truly tragic is that this was not an isolated incident. Oh no, the Falkensteiner Family Hotel Diadora, Zadar, seemed to take pride in its ability to disappoint at every turn. The rooms were identical to last year's, but with a new, exciting feature: lawn mowing at 5 a.m., accompanied by the sweet sound of leaf blowers. It was as if they wanted to ensure we got a good dose of sleep deprivation to go along with our already shattered expectations. And don't even get me started on the refreshment corners that were nowhere to be found. No water, no snacks, no respite from the constant barrage of disappointments. It was as if they had taken all the little things that make a vacation enjoyable and replaced them with an endless sense of frustration. As I sit here, reflecting on my experience, I am left with a deep sense of sadness. Sadness for the loss of innocence, for the shattered illusions, for the realization that some places are more concerned with the bottom line than with the well-being of their guests. So, dear friends, I implore you, do not, I repeat, do not fall for the false promises of the Falkensteiner Family Hotel Diadora, Zadar. It's a trap, a labyrinth of disappointments and frustrations, designed to suck the joy out of your vacation. What do you think, dear audience? Have you had a similar experience? Share your stories, your frustrations, and your disappointments. Let us, together, expose the truth about this so-called luxury resort. Oh, and by the way, did I mention that they had the audacity to charge us €4,300 for the privilege of experiencing this never-ending nightmare? Yes, you heard that right, €4,300 for a vacation that was more akin to a bad dream. But let's be frank. Assessing the businesses surrounding the Falkensteiner Family Hotel Diadora, Zadar, feels a bit like sifting through wreckage. It's not a landscape brimming with charming local experiences. Instead, a certain disappointment seems to permeate the commercial offerings. It's a disheartening realization, really. One hopes for a vibrant extension of a pleasant holiday, but what exists feels compromised. And frankly, it leaves a rather sour taste. Let's start with the larger establishments, the places meant to offer convenience and a touch of indulgence. Shopping centers, for example. Near the hotel, the Supernova Zadar embodies a particular kind of frustration. It's not simply that things are bad, it's that they are bad in a uniquely exhausting way. You find yourself caught in a cycle of optimism. Oh, a shopping mall, good, quickly crushed by the reality of gridlock, an hour and a half spent inching your way in or out. It speaks to a systemic failure, a complete disregard for sensible traffic flow. And the stories. The accounts of people battling for parking, of utter chaos, it paints a picture of a place actively hostile to its customers. It seems the very act of going to Supernova becomes an ordeal, almost a competitive sport. The reviews hint at a disturbing lack of concern for basic safety, too, a trampoline with hidden holes. A trampoline. Where children play. It's the kind of detail that sits heavy in the stomach, that feeling of preventable harm. And the underlying theme? Rudeness. An almost aggressive disregard for common courtesy. It's a consistent thread. People feeling swamped, trampled, and ignored. Honestly, it's a place you visit needing a vacation from the vacation. The issues don't stop there. It's a place of disproportion. Overpriced items, clothes that only fit. Well, it's implied only a very specific demographic. And a striking absence of basic amenities, like charging points for electric cars. It's as if the entire place is designed to subtly, and not so subtly, irritate. You begin to wonder if there's a hidden penalty for simply attempting to shop there. I can feel my eyebrow twitching just thinking about it. Then we move to entertainment, or what passes for it at Falkensteiner Club Funimation Borik. The word all-inclusive is tossed around with a carelessness that borders on offensive. It's a deceptive label. The truth, as consistently relayed through the reviews, is an endless series of hidden charges. Want a drink that isn't akin to watered-down regret? Pay extra. Want to occupy an arcade game? Pay extra. The free drinks, apparently, are a cruel joke. It's a system engineered to constantly nickel and dime you, a relentless extraction of funds. But the real sting comes from the reports of the food, limited choices, poor quality, and an almost complete disdain for dietary needs. Vegetarian? Good luck. The descriptions of dirty plates, of staff seeming utterly indifferent to hygiene, are deeply unsettling. People getting sick, actual illnesses spreading through the resort. There's a particularly chilling account of a child vomiting in the restaurant, and staff seemingly unmoved. The idea that a place marketed as family-friendly would tolerate such conditions. It feels fundamentally wrong. It feels like a betrayal. And the rooms. Promises of quality met with broken lights, unaddressed maintenance issues, a sense of general neglect. One review detailed a room so clearly unfit for occupancy that staff admitted it shouldn't have been rented. Yet, no apology, no compensation. Just silence. It feels predatory, exploiting the trust of tourists. I find myself profoundly saddened. To build a business on such a foundation of dishonesty feels reprehensible. It suggests a systemic disregard for customer well-being, a prioritizing of profit over people. It erodes trust, it diminishes joy. It's a kind of quiet cruelty. Moving on to Foa, a restaurant clinging to prestige it clearly doesn't deserve. The reviews read like a catalog of dining disasters. The service is consistently described as appalling, slow, arrogant, inattentive. Waiting an hour and 15 minutes for an order is not acceptable. The food, when it finally arrives, is often cold, poorly prepared, and overpriced. And the stories of deceptive practices, being charged for items not ordered, receiving inferior substitutions, are infuriating. The insistence on compulsory snacks, the attempts to pass off mediocre food as fine dining. It's a charade. It is a complete misrepresentation of value. One reviewer compared it unfavorably to a 1990s restaurant, and frankly, okay, so I was looking into stuff around Falkensteiner Family Hotel Diadora in Zadar, you know, just because. And it's not great, honestly. Businesses near there, like, a lot of them seem to take advantage. It's depressing, really. Like, with the money exchange places and souvenir shops, they're all the same. They give you way less kuna for your euros or dollars. I heard one story about a couple, German tourists staying near Falkensteiner Family Hotel Diadora. They exchanged money and got, like, 20% less than they should have. 20%. Can you believe that? They argued, of course, but the shop just said it was final. They probably went back to their hotel, totally stressed and feeling ripped off. The shop got a fine, yeah, but the couple? They didn't get their money back. It's just unfair. Probably made their whole vacation less fun, right? Then there are restaurants. Businesses near Falkensteiner Family Hotel Diadora do this a lot. They show you one menu with reasonable prices, then when you sit down, it's a different menu, way more expensive. A family from Austria, they ordered a seafood platter. It was advertised for 60 euros, but they got a bill for 125. 125. They tried to complain, but the restaurant said the other menu was outdated. I bet the family was so embarrassed, just wanting to leave. They probably paid, just to avoid a scene, and then vowed to never eat there again. The restaurant? They probably just kept doing it to the next tourists. And the markets. Oh, the markets. They sell fake designer stuff, sunglasses, handbags. Tourists think they're getting a deal, but it's all rubbish. An American tourist paid 80 euros for a Ray-Ban that broke the same day. €80 for something that broke immediately? Seriously? They probably felt so foolish. The police took the fakes away, but that tourist is out €80, and the seller? Probably just moved to a different market stall. It's not just the markets, either. Even the taxi drivers are bad. They hang around outside the shops, pretending to be official, but they charge like 3 times the normal price. An Italian family, after shopping, got charged €60 for a 3-kilometer ride. €60. They were probably thinking about how nice Falkensteiner Family Hotel Diadora was, and then this happened. I bet they missed their train or whatever because of the delay. And the driver? Probably just kept scamming the next tourist who looked confused. And then there are the little electronics shops, near where people staying at Falkensteiner Family Hotel Diadora might wander. They swap out real chargers and headphones with cheap copies. British tourists bought a Samsung charger, and it was a knockoff. Can you imagine? They probably felt so cheated. They probably went back to England and complained online, but honestly, what can you do? The shopkeeper probably just pretended to be surprised and said it was a mistake, and then did it again to someone else. It's just sad.